because they don't know how well you can handle the new job. So either way, you need a good education. You're just doing it at different times. But for you students getting an education now, how much value would you have if you had a really good character, right? And just to divert a few seconds here, many people may look at education as a payment. You pay now or you pay later. You play now or you pay later. But I don't agree with that, and I don't think it's true. You see, when we have education and absorb it, when we learn it, how we use it, it's ours. Okay, no one can take that away from you. You know, it's also, you can consider it as an experience that you gain, that you will learn and use in the future. Okay, so coming back to character, because no matter how good your skill sets are, whether it's good communication, you're good in business acumen, or how capable the abilities you have, it can only get you so far in your company. How many times do we hear people with the same skill set getting passed over for a promotion? But if your character is right, then none of the if your character is not right, excuse me, right, then none of the rest really matters, right? Because either way you spin it, character will always trump talent. Why? Because a good character allows for good conscience. Would you feel good if your company started cutting corners on creating a pesticide that helps agriculture but harm people and animals, right? Now, many of us are still familiar with some historical leaders who had character issues, both country and business leaders who may have had temporary victories at one time, but eventually lost the country or the business. But then there are those leaders who made positive impact in the world and businesses. In fact, many of us still quote them today. We still use them as inspiration in our lives because of their strong, positive leadership character. But you know, the strange thing is, both types of these leaders truly believe and risk their lives trying to achieve their goals. But only one type can truly last, and that is the leader with good quality, character. And a potential leader must always realize this. So, with character, I wish to introduce you to the first skill set, which is integrity. C.S. Lewis said that integrity is doing the right thing when no one is watching, right? Without integrity, no real success is possible. You cannot expect your followers to be honest when you're lacking integrity yourself. An honest leader succeeds when they stick to their word, they live by their core values, they lead by example, and they follow through. Integrity is the cornerstone of other human qualities, right? There are many things to look for in people with integrity, including admitting mistakes, highlighting the work of others and downplaying their own contributions, giving the benefit of the doubt when circumstances are unclear, being appreciative of people's time and effort. Integrity is recognizing a behavior that's wrong and not joining in, because that is where cheating, greed, cutting corners, and our integrity falls into play. Okay, next is communication. If you have an opportunity to lead, regardless of your position now, all right, or title, this could be with whether it's with classmates and friends and peers. Good communication skills are absolutely crucial to be able to guide them to achieve a needed activity or project. And I'm sure most of you in school now, you're probably doing projects, and some of you may be elected as team leaders, right? So you know that communication is vital in achieving the goal. In fact, according to the Forbes, Generation Xers, which is aged about 40 to 65, were the first generation who asked for feedback. And now millennials, which are aged about 21 to 41, love to get instant feedback. Okay, so I can imagine the younger, even the younger, the Zers, probably just as interested in getting more feedback regarding their work. So communicating is quite crucial. But with technology so efficient these days, we forget that the human part of communication. The part is where we can fail while communicating, we must be aware of. Okay, because now in order for us to be communicating, right, a big part of us communication is learning to listen, right? So can you imagine trying to listen to an emoji, right? When I say listening, it's not listening and finishing the other person's sentence for them aloud or inside our heads. What I mean is we should be actively listening, and we do this by putting things down, stop what you're doing, and look at the individual you're speaking to. It's clarifying when they're not commuting clearly, right? A lot of people can be emotional, they can be happy or excited, and they may not be commuting clearly. So it's reconfirming things to make sure they are being understood. And by communicating well, this allows you to shape others' thoughts and ideas towards a common goal, right? Then you can add value to yourself as well as them. And by being able to express yourself openly and understand others allows you to have empathy. Now, the reason why I put empathy with communication is because many people can confuse empathy with sympathy, right? So, empathy with others is building a good foundation of being an effective leader, right? And this can work for yourself as well, which we'll go to next. But remember that empathy and sympathy are not the same. A true leader has enough open mindedness to understand that their followers' motivations, hopes, dreams, as well as problems, so they can forge a deep personal connection with them. Empathy basically is understanding. Many folks who confuse empathy with sympathy, and understanding where people are coming from helps facilitate a more human environment where team members are more appreciated and in turn create better collaboration within a team. So empathy is understanding of others' true feelings without falling into a poor you and let's all feel sorry for so and so. It's basically understanding and letting people feel heard and being present for them. Now, we can say, well, we are present. Sure, yeah, I always listen to people. But you know what? We don't get to say that, right? Others will tell you if you're present or not. So to fly, to grow as a leader, we don't want our families, friends, and classmates to be unheard. Now, self awareness. When leading oneself, we need to be able to assess ourselves constantly. Blind spots are a leader's worst best friend. And so, what I mean by that is that we all have blind spots. They're like our worst best friends, the one that always gets us in trouble. It's a thing that your friends or families complain or argue with you the most. And it sounds something like this. Okay. So maybe you're talking and then somebody will say, well, you always get aggressive when people disagree with you. Or you never let people finish talking. And maybe you joke too much. You don't take things seriously. Right. And the problem is we ourselves don't see it or realize it. Self awareness is about recognizing and understanding how your own emotions both affect your interaction with others and have impact on others' emotional state. It's about knowing ourselves. And this involves being conscious of your own emotional state or feelings, right? Is our mindset fixed in a way which inhibits us from growing? Do we say to ourselves it's too hard or it's impossible? Right? Or maybe we don't say it, but we think it, right? These are blind spots. Or maybe we say it's too easy, but then we wind up procrastinating. We save it for another time, right? Or do we have paralysis by analysis? We think that it's so easy or it's not good enough, and we wait, right? These are blind spots that we don't realize. My favorite reminder is that if for us to fly, if we don't know ourselves, how can we grow ourselves? So for me, if I had an argument with a friend or a family member earlier, I will ask myself, what was going on with me when I reacted that way, right? But this is something that can be challenging for a number of reasons because when we get excited, right, things happen inside. All right, we start to react. And firstly, our emotions can change from one moment to the next, right? Secondly, we may experience a variety of emotions at the same time. And thirdly, the time when it's most important to be aware of your emotions, when you're stressed, when you're under pressure, are the times when you are least likely to do so, right? And finally, you may have certain mental blocks and may not be prepared to recognize certain emotions for what they really are. By having more self-awareness allows you to build and strengthen your emotional quotient, your EQ, as many as know it, as we know it, right? So to understand self-awareness a bit better, I've included a TED Talk link on here on this PowerPoint, and it basically tells you that people with good self-awareness and more are more successful, productive, and are more confident. Okay, so I hope if you have time, you can take a look at it because these are the three things that are very helpful and helping us to become better leaders of the future. First, by leading yourselves. Okay, so I want to take this time again to thank you all for being here, and thank you, University Putra Malaysia, for having me today. Okay, Calvin. So, Calvin, I would like to hand it back to you now.
Okay, so thank you, sir. I think you can drop down the YouTube link in the chat box section as well, so that people can reach out to the YouTube.
Okay,
Yeah.
will
So
do, will do.
okay. So
Have I stopped sharing yet, Kevin? Calvin?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So once again, thank you, Coach Dee Han, for the clear explanations and the useful tips that will help us improve ourselves a lot. So now we hope that the participants have been attentively listening as we have now reached the quiz session for this webinar. Take note that there will be prizes for the top scorers in this quiz. And for the participants, you are now able to find a quizzes link in the chat section. Click the
Calvin,
link. Yes.
I also want to add though, because a lot of, thank you so much, Sheila. I want to also add that, for anybody who has any questions regarding leadership, I may not be as inspiring and excited as Michael, but I would love to be able to connect with anybody who has any challenges or have any questions about it. And please have to include by email, whatever, to have them contact me if they need. Okay?
Yeah. So to connect to Sir Coach Dee Han, so can get more advice from him. Okay. So then continue my speech. So participant now, you'll be able to find a quizzes link in the chat session to click that link to join and let us begin the quiz. And now I will also want to pass my mic to wait. So are you here, Pavitra?
Yeah,
Pavitra?
yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so I'm going to
Yeah,
pass my
can you
mic
hear
to
me?
Pavitra to handle this quiz session. So
Yeah,
Pavitra,
okay.
yeah, thank
So
you.
thank you, Kelvin. So hello, everyone. Okay. So hello, everyone. Now I'm about to guide you guys on the quizy session. So this session contains of 6 questions only, and all the questions is related to our speakers and the content of our speakers. So now, people who got the position from the first place to the 30th place will grab a grab voucher through your emails. So people who got a position from the first place to the 30th place are requested to screenshot your position screen on your quizzes screen so that you'll receive the grab voucher through your emails. So guys, please don't forget to screenshot your position. And yeah, so let's start our quizzes. And though for those who is not able to click the link, you can enter the code given there. Yeah.
So should we allocate 2 minutes for the participant to join the quizzes link, Pavitra?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, sure.
so to join quickly so that you stand a chance to win the voucher. So by the way, just a kind remind, so Coach Dee Han and Mr. Michael, we will have a Q&A session later on after this quiz session. Yeah, so just a kind remind like so that can make some preparation. Thank you.
So we'll wait for another 1 minute. Is it possible?
Yeah, I think so. Since like just half of the people who join, so participant to join in. Maybe you missed out some
Come on,
important
guys.
notes, but just join. At least you stand a chance to win. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, you never lose anything, just join.
So Kelvin, is there? Are you allowed to share what the surprise is?
The surprise, yeah, the prize would be the Grab voucher.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
great,
which is very
awesome.
useful during now. Yeah, cause like we can't. I mean, like we should like try our best to not go out so frequently. But so I think that voucher will be very useful during this pandemic as well.
Awesome, awesome.
Guys,
Okay, so guys, before we start, let me tell you another thing also. So there will be a Google form provided in the chat box later on after the quiz session ends. So you guys are supposed to enter your screenshot that you screenshotted only for the top 30. Okay, the top, if you got the one position between top 30, you guys are supposed to screenshot and enter the screenshot in the Google form provided in order to get the Grab voucher to your emails. So guys, can we start now? And please don't forget to screenshot your screen, okay? Can we start now?
yeah, I think so. So let's start.
Let's start. Good luck.
Wow. Seems like many people managed to answer the first question correctly. And now Nurin is the first one. So cut out to the top of the leaderboard. Wow. Wow, seems like most of them I managed to answer all of the questions.
So Nurin seems to lead the
Yeah.
whole scoreboard.
Like so far like there are 4 people like managed to answer all questions. Oh,
Yeah.
is it like too too obvious?
Maybe the question is
Wow,
too
so
easy.
congrats Nurin and HJ. They are the first 2 people who managed to answer 5
I think
questions till now. Still all correct. And let's see which of them, I mean like whether they can answer the last question correctly or not. Oh,
yeah. So HC, wow, okay.
seems like
So
HJ
HC
and
got,
my yeah, HJ and mine got all
yeah.
correct. Nurin also got 5 correct. Same goes to Kim. Let's see who else haven't finished.
Yeah.
Ajila and
Take your time, guys.
yeah,
Please
take your
answer
time.
before
Yeah.
ending.
I think there are some people just joined in, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. But 40 or 47 is done, so another 7 people.
Yeah. To grab the opportunities, guys. 42 out of 47. 44, oh, 48, 40. Wow. Now the participants still increasing, man.
Yeah, the party. Come on, guys, faster.
Let's see, is there anyone can, oh, Tang. Let's see, is there anyone can challenge HJ for this position?
Yeah.
Four more people, four more people.
So shall we wait until 10:52?
Yeah, I think so. But then
But
the
they are
number is still increasing.
the number of players are increasing.
Still increasing.
Yeah.
It's okay, guys. There's a tips for you who haven't done yet. If you don't know the answer and then if you see the option, that just pick the longest option. Yeah, this is how I do in my exam. If you don't know the answer, just pick the longest one, the option. Why not increase to 54 already?
Calvin always do that, is it?
Shh, this is my secret. 55 now. 56. I think we should allocate like.
So guys,
Should we like
yes,
allocate more time since like it going up to 60? I mean now 57.
so are you sure? Let's allocate until 10:55 maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Maybe we should set. I mean like, can you close from people? I mean like block people from joining in. Cause like maybe it's not unfair for those who joined earlier. I'm not sure. But then 10 more people
Okay.
haven't done. So let's make it until 55.
Yeah. So we'll end the quiz
Yeah,
at 10:55.
No more extension tips. So
Yeah.
wow, HC be the top scorer now.
Wow. I think
HC
he got a
overtook HJ.
everything.
Oh my god. Ong overtake or spell. Wow. It's 54 now, peeps. One more minute. Let's see. The remaining 6 people whether they can finish the quiz or not.
Calvin,
Yes?
what does the blue line represent and the green line?
The blue line is like if they're correct, all right. So that we got 6 questions right. So if you see that the blue line means that they're correct all.
Wow.
If there's a mix of blue line and red, so that means that they're wrong one. And if the ratio of the red line is more than the blue one, means that they managed to correct. I mean, like they managed to wrong more than correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the green one? The green
The green
color?
one is like maybe the streak is not that long. You can see like for the first one until the second one, they are strict. I mean, for us, keep answering the question correct. Like the streak is long, so that it's blue color. If you couldn't manage to reach until, I think it's three streaks, so it will be green color instead of blue color.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys created the software yourself?
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's already
Yes,
55,
sir.
I think. Yeah, just
Yeah,
end the
so it's
quiz.
already
So
55, so we
yeah. So sorry for those who cannot answer all questions. I mean, like, yeah, cannot. Oh, W suddenly become the top scorer.
Wow.
Yeah, so just end it. Okay,
Expect
so
the unexpected. Okay, so congratulations to all our winners. So the first place goes to W, and he just came in by the last minute. And then the second goes to Andy, and the third goes to HC. Wow, so many 100%. Huh?
wow, is it my
People
answer too obvious?
attentively, maybe they listen to all our speakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the top 30 of the winners, guys. So the top 30, please don't forget to screenshot your screen of the quizzes and enter the screenshot to the Google form provided. The Google form will be provided in a while. So please, guys, don't forget to grab this opportunity to get your Grab voucher to your emails, okay? So that's all from me, and thank you so much for your cooperation. And I'll pass the entire floor to Kelvin now. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Paritra, for conducting out this session. So, first of all, a very big congratulations to the winners. Yeah. So, you will be provided with prize in the form of Grab food, as what Paritra mentioned just now. And thank you very much for everyone who participated as well. And now, since we have listened to lots of information and inputs that are very useful and thorough from our distinguished speakers, so now we would like to have a Q&A session where the participants may take turns in asking any question regarding to the topics that have been discussed before to our speakers by typing inside the chat session. Yeah, so can drop down your question now. So the first question is, Coach Dee Han, yeah, since you are having coaching experience for 16 years, so can I know what is the biggest or most common skills that lack in individual, like among the leadership skills, confidence, communication skills, or their problem solving skills? Like you found out, I think they're asking.
Okay, so if you talk about leadership skills regarding confidence, communication, and problem solving, I may not choose either one of them. For me, I believe that one of the hindrance is our personal ability for self-discipline. Okay, right? So as leaders, we have to be able to do the hard things. Okay, do the things that nobody else wants to do. Ask ourselves the hard questions. You know, things that a lot of people don't want to ask or afraid to ask. Okay, and that would be one of the biggest challenges I think that we have regarding self leadership. I hope that answers your question.
So, is there any next question? Oh, okay, so this one is to, okay, I think is to Coach Dee Han as well. So how do you continue to grow and develop as a leader?
Awesome. So in our presentation, we spoke about having good character, right? Because if you don't have good character, nobody wants to follow. You won't have followers, right? Another one is to be able to communicate clearly is one of the things. And but then of course, at the same time, if you do not say what you do, or you do what you say, no one's going to trust you. So I think first of all is you have to gain trust. People has to believe in you as a person that talks the talk and walks the walk. Okay, let's put it this way, right? And then so if you can do that with good character, and people will eventually follow you. And you don't need to have a bunch of people waiting for you to follow you. Okay, you can start doing it among your classmates, among your peers, and even your at home with your brothers and sisters. And believe it or not, you could be a leader to your parents if you know how to manage upwards. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, so so now it's a question for Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael, are you here? Okay, so Mr. Michael, since you already achieved so much in such young age, so what is your future plan, or do you have any bigger plan in the future?
Thank you so much for the question. whether I've achieved so much in such a young age or not, it's very relative. Relative in a sense where ini cuma tangkapan umum lah. It is just what people perceive. You see, I'm always a believer, just to share with you all. I thought I was a high achiever, and that was before I made friends with certain people. So some of my friends that continue to inspire me today include people like Brian Lu, the founder of Cha Time, of course now T-Life, Joel Neo, the founder of Faith. Previously, his company bought over Groupon in Southeast Asia. Yeah. People like Lisa Suryani, our celebrity actress, right? So when you compare yourself, or for me, when I compare myself with these people, I'm nothing, to be honest with you. But the keyword here is not to compare, it's to benchmark. You see, when you compare, bila Anda melakukan sesuatu perbandingan, it is you comparing. And when you compare, sometimes you always ask yourself, why am I lacking? Why am I not lucky as them? Why am I not as pretty as them? Why am I not as handsome as them? That is comparing. Benchmarking, though, is different. Benchmarking is you see them so successful, yet you ask yourself a different question. You ask yourself, how can I learn from them? What have they done right that I can also apply in my life? So truth be told, I want to share with you all. Some of you, I want to thank you so much. Berterima kasih lah banyak-banyak. If you believe I've achieved so much in such a young age, number one, I'm no longer that young. I'm already 34 years old this year. 34 dah. But it is relative. Do not compare with me. Benchmark me. Each and every one of you have your own journey to walk in your life. All right. Now, back to the question. What is your future plan? Well, I want to grow thriving talents. You know, people have said where if I were to freelance as a trainer or a speaker or coach, freelance in the sense where whatever I earn, it only comes to me. I don't have to run a company. I don't have to pay people salaries. I'll be very rich by now. But I always share with people, wealth, riches or whatnot, perhaps God willing, Tuhan izinkan, rezeki diberkati, rezeki diberikan, that wealth may come sometime soon, somewhere down the line. But at least now at this time, I have a vision. The vision is I should not just be another speaker or a trainer. I want to build a company. I want to empower others. So again, just to share with you all, just like your alumni, Ruby, I know I mentioned her a lot because she's your own alumni. UPM is very real. There are students from UPN who have access to me directly, who now has my phone number, who works with me directly and learns from me. Ruby got recruited to Top Glove. She's doing amazingly great right there. And I'm proud of her. And I believe that comes into my future plan as well, where my future plan is, of course, I want to grow Thriving Talents, my company. We have invested into online learning solutions. I'm not sure if UPM uses open learning. Are you using open learning? You are one of the platforms certified by MQA and the Ministry of Education. Yang bertauliah here. We are their partners now. We are developing our corporate content for big companies using that system. But by using that system, that means we need help. I want to build a team that believe in our mission, that wants to give their best, and together we grow the company. So what's my future plan? I'm sorry to make it very vague, but my future plan is to continue to grow Thriving Talents, to continue to find other outstanding, high potential people from many of you, and then give you the opportunity to grow our business together. All right, so that's the future plan. Do you have any bigger plan in the future? Well, who knows, right? Opportunities come up. If there's an opportunity for me to serve in the public service, either in a ministry or in government, happy to explore. One of the other plans that I would love is, I would love to do two things. Number one, for those of you who added me on LinkedIn, I noticed some of you did, so well done. You added me on LinkedIn, you would have noticed that I'm an investor to two companies right now. I invested into Oxwhite. For those of you who may have heard of Oxwhite, the one that sells shirts, but now they sell everything online. And one more company called Growth Achievers. I am an investor. I look forward to invest in companies started by people, for all of you, young people. And when I invest, you get access to not only my knowledge, but you get access, most importantly, to my network. So I want to help build your dream and your business. That's number one. Number two, I'm sitting on a few advisory boards, Isaac, Enactus. So I would love to contribute on an advisory position to help all of you to grow your impact in the way you do your organizations, in the way you run your projects, all right? So those are the plans for me. Okay.
Okay, so thank you, Michael Teoh. So can we have a discussion? So this one is two. I think maybe you can do both of the speaker. Can you? Like, can Mr. Coach Yan and Mr. Michael Teoh to answer this question? Like, who want to
Okay,
go first?
Michael, would you like to go first?
Sure. Thank you, Coach.
Okay, so
Thank you.
if you had one piece of advice to someone just starting out, I think probably fresh graduate, so what would it be?
My advice is very simple to all of you. You decide, ya. Anda putuskan. It's either day one or one day. Think about it. It's either day one or one day. Maksudnya, Anda putuskan, ya. Adakah Anda akan buat sesuatu pembaharuan kepada diri Anda mulai hari ini, iaitu hari pertama, atau suatu hari nanti? Ada beza, ya? One day and day one. When you choose to do something one day, you are leaving it in the future. Whew, you don't know. Itu alasan lah, to be honest. That is excuse lah. Okay, I will do it one day, but that one day never comes. Nyanyi dah. Yeah, that one day never comes, yeah? Or you can decide to do it day one. Now, what do you want to do on day one? I noticed this. You know, I noticed some of you, you have sent me messages over on Instagram. Very good, yeah? Following Ruby, yeah, your alumni, yeah? Some of you have already followed me on Instagram. Some of you have followed me on LinkedIn. I even noticed my team told me, I think like 5 of you already took action, bought my book. Thank you so much. Now, for those of you who took action, you decided that today, after hearing to my talk and coach's talk, you decided it's day one, hari pertama. Ini hari nombor 1 saya yang saya nak memperbaharui hidup saya ini. But there are also a majority of you that still think suatu hari nanti, bila I ada inspirasi, saya akan buat. Good luck lah. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm being a little bit hard knocks right here because I've gone through life, and truth be told, for those of you who know me or do not know me, just Google my name, Michael Teoh. What if I told you whatever story I shared with you today is not even 10% of what I've gone through? And the best part is saya tak kedukut. All my stories is available online. You go YouTube, you type Michael Teoh, you'll be able to see Tan Sri Tony Fernandez video recording testimonial for me. You'll be able to see my time where I had the chance to learn from Sir Richard Branson, the guy who mentored Tony Fernandez, the guy who started low-cost airline, yeah, in the world, right? So again, you want to take action or not? So either day one or one day, you decide. Back to you, Coach. Go ahead.
Thank you, Michael. I guess if you have one piece of advice for someone starting out fresh, okay? So first of all, I think you would have to be very clear of what you want to go, where do you want to be, okay? And when do you want to get there by? And what do you need to be able to achieve that goal, right? So first of all, clarity, okay? You need to have an end time, because without an end time, like Michael just said, right? You know, it just keeps on going on and on and on. And then you need to find out what kind of resources that you need to achieve it. Okay, so basically it's those 3 things. So there's no one piece of advice for success, okay? there's never one. So I hope this is helpful.
Okay, so thank you for both the speaker, and then I think this one is also open for both speakers as well. So what is your driving force to become an entrepreneur? So who want to go first?
Go ahead, Coach. Be my guest.
All right, thank you, Michael. Driving force for me to become a Peter because it gives me freedom. Okay, basically, by having your own business, it doesn't give you a freedom in a sense of you can do anything you want to do when you want to do it, but it gives me the opportunity or the option to be able to do what I want to do okay, how I want to do it, okay, and when to achieve it by. Okay, so that's the freedom I'm talking about, because either way, in society and life that it is, so no matter where you're working for somebody, it's either you're working for them in their time, achieving their dreams, or you're doing it for your own dreams. Okay, so I choose to do it for my own dreams.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Michael.
Yes. The question to me is, what is your driving force to become an entrepreneur? Maksudnya, apakah motivasi anda untuk menjadi seorang usahawan? Ya, truth be told, motivasi saya juga samalah seperti coach. Ya, that is, I want freedom. But as much as I want freedom, I want to have the freedom to express my ideas, to realize my dreams. But my dream, I wanted to make sure that it can create as much good impact to people. All right, it can create good impact to people. Orang mendapat manfaat ya daripada aktiviti keusahawanan saya, and at the same time, it creates good impact to me, my family, my loved ones, my colleagues, my staff, my clients. So that's most important. So that is what wakes me up every morning. I wake up, I am always eager. Memang amat minat ya. Bakat-bakat yang I like young people with potential that propose ideas to me that not only creates good impact for the society, but also creates good impact for themselves. This is to ensure sustainability, kelestarian aktiviti-aktiviti kita tersebut. So that would be my driving force to become an entrepreneur. That is, of course, freedom of expression, freedom to build something, knowing that the intention, niat kita tu, that intention is to build that something that will create positive impact to the lives of many people, including ourselves. There you go.
Okay, so thank you. So now there's another question, like for both speakers, who is your mentor in your business?
Michael, you want to take this first?
Sure. Will do. Ni Syam Sulang ya, Syam ya. So Syam, thank you so much for the question. All right. I can name you many mentors, and I can share with you mentors kan. Some people say, Michael Teoh, mentor ni is people that you need to meet once a week. No, not necessary. Yeah. Mentor means these are people where in your mind you say, wow, I admire the person. He can become my mentor. But that person doesn't need to know you. Sometimes you can read their books, watch their videos, all right? So that could be your mentor. But of course, the best mentor are people that you can interact with direct. Okay. So as much as what I would like to say, my mentors are people I look up to lah. People that I look up to are like people like Tony Fernandez, Sir Richard Branson. But I just want to share this with you all. Okay, there's so much we can learn from our loved ones, our parents, ibu bapa kita. Kenapa? Ibu bapa kita walaupun mereka tak seglamour Tony Fernandez ni, tapi kita kena ingat lah, ibu bapa kita ya yang membolehkan kita menghadiri universiti kat UPM sekarang. Yeah, some of us may be thinking, no, my parents didn't treat me as well as I wanted to, but mereka telah melakukan segala pengorbanan yang mereka boleh to get us here. Betul tak? So I think as much as I want to say, your mentor should be Bill Gates, your mentor should be Steve Jobs, but it's good to learn from them, but always look at the good side of the people closest to us, our parents, our lecturers, our friends. Yeah. So that's for me. My mentor in business is many successful business people, leaders, politicians, but the ones that really inspire me are my own parents. So thank you. All right.
Well, cool, Michael. Thank you. I guess for me, as Michael said, that we will probably have many mentors in our lives. Okay, as we grow, we will be learning new things from new people. For me, I have three personal mentors that that got me started. Let's put it this way: that inspired me. One taught me how to defend myself. Another one taught me entrepreneurial skill sets and how to be a good entrepreneur. And the third one was the one that was able to help me to understand business from a corporate point of view. So these three were very, how do you say, instrumental in my growth, right? That helped me start it out. But as I said, as you go on, you will be able to meet other mentors that probably will teach you more, right? So what we've learned before, we learned from other mentors, but then we're going to meet new people, right? We're going to meet more people, more experience. And my favorite ones are the ones that are most humble. Okay, the ones that come to you and they tell you how they screwed up, how they messed up, and what they had to do to overcome it. Okay, and those are my mentors. And you're probably going to meet a lot of different kind of mentors in your life. Okay, and you just have to find out which one resonates with you most. Okay, thank you.
So okay. So there's another question. So to both speakers as well, how does one build their confidence to become a leader if they lack the necessary credibilities? Should I mean like, should I need to repeat again the question?
No, I think this is a leadership question. I think Coach is the leadership expert here. Coach can try to tackle it first lah. All right.
Okay, thank you so much, Michael. All right, well, when you think about how to get the confidence to become a leader, well, think about it. If, let's say, for instance, let's say a basketball player, if you're a professional basketball player, or maybe just starting out as a basketball player, how much would you learn by sitting on a bench? Okay, so if you'll never learn, right? It's always when you actually go out there and basically, like Nike says, just do it. Okay, and by leading, again, we're not talking about telling people what to do. Okay, don't forget, when we lead, we are pulling, we are in the front. Okay, we're not pushing people to do something. So in order for you to do it, first do it yourself. Okay, first lead yourself, and then when you have a project, when you have something to do, right, whether it could be a home activity or whether it could be a class activity, etc., you can become the leader then. Okay, and just go out there and do it. Okay, if you want to wait for the confidence, let me ask you, what is the confidence level that you will need to be actually to start go out there to lead? Right? Do you know? So just go out and do it. Thank you.
So Mr. Michael Teoh, you want to try to tackle this question?
Again, I echo what Coach has mentioned. Just go out there and do it. I'll just share with you all. Again, I know I keep bringing up her name, but really, it's just to show you how real it is, lah. Okay, so for those of you who do not know Ruby, I think go and Google her, Ruby UPM. You'll be able to find her. Okay, and then I'm not sure if her Instagram is on private or public. Try to check it out. But you will notice that she has gone through a lot in life, and we are very proud of her. We love her. And, I remember the time when she was working with us, because I'll give you one example. So when she worked with us, some of the companies she worked with are like Petronas, as I mentioned, and they sent us to Sarawak. And Petronas treated us so well. I mean, we love Petronas. They let us eat the local Sarawak food, She gets to do kayaking. This is not mine, tau. She was trained to be my facilitator. So she has to kayak, she has to do the race across Kuching town. Hebat, she was my trainer, my facilitator. And then all her friends were like, wah, Ruby, you hebat lah, ni kerja kat mana ni, begitu best. Dibayar gaji, dan dapat travel lagi. Okay, masa tu lah, dapat travel lagi. Ya. Now, let's rewind. It all started with her having that dream. She wanted to work with me. Then she took action on that dream. Did she get me? No, she didn't. She messaged me on Facebook. Ingat tak? I didn't reply her. Cewa, I terlalu sibuk. Yeah, and my Facebook got like 12,000 followers. So I tak tahu kan masa tu. But what happened? She didn't give up. She used Instagram. She asked a friend who knows me. She connected with me. Then now, fast forward. After her 3 months internship with us, people say, wow, your internship hebat lah. But guess what? It all started just like what Coach said. Dia mengambil tindakan. Dia menjadikan hari pertama dia mengambil tindakan tersebut untuk at least sekurang-kurangnya cuba merealisasikan impian beliau untuk bekerjasama dalam syarikat saya. That's what she did. She took day one. She didn't say one day. She took day one. Now my question is, how many of you are willing to take day one? Not with me. Not with me. No, not all of you want to work with me. I understand that. But for those of you who have a dream, who want to apply for that job, who want that person to hopefully become your mentor, are you going to say, pada suatu hari nanti saya akan dekati dia? Or are you going to say, hari ini hari pertama lah saya akan cuba dekati dia? This will be day one that I take action. So just like what coach say, step up, step out of your comfort zone, just take action. If the action you are taking is not giving you the result you want, change your action. Once your action change, your results will change as well. Okay? Thank you.
All right. Okay. So thank you to both the speakers. I think that's all from the Q&A session. So
thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Calvin.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you, Michael.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you too, Coach. Thank you. Thank you.
I wish you guys all the best on your journey. Okay. And
we haven't ended yet.
we haven't ended yet. Okay.
Yeah. There's still Okay. So thank you everyone for the question, and we would also like to thank our speakers once again for answering them thoughtfully. So before we close today's session, we have an announcement to make. Zaim, are you here? Zaim?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. All right, hi, good morning, everyone. Panel. Okay, my name is Zaim Aizat Akmal bin Bashri, and I am from a GPS Club, which is a consumer student movement in UPM. I would like to take a brief moment to give an information regarding our fund. All right, as you can see in the slide, everybody knows about the recent flood that happened due to the heavy rain, right? I mean, because of that, many people in the areas have been heavily affected. And with that said, our club is conducting a fundraiser entitled Tabung Bantuan Banjir, which literally translates to flood relief funds. We would like to point out that this is not compulsory, but to those who want to help and donate, you can do so by transferring your fund to this IMB account that listed in the slide, 7625 378 901 under the name Nur Elisa Hazati. Okay, so let us all contribute to alleviate the burden of these flood victims. I encourage the audience to do so. And the money raised as a result of this donation will be given to the flood victims in cash. We'll proceed the family of the affected from the UPM student first. That's all for me. Let us all pray that this test that given by God that hit our country, floods and the spread of the COVID-19 virus stop and are removed as soon as possible. Inshallah. Okay, thank you everyone.
All right, so thanks, Jaime. And remember that this is not compulsory. Then now, in order to keep this memorable day in our memories, we would like to request all of the participants to please switch on your cameras for just a brief moment, as we would like to take a few photos for momentum.
Thank you so much, Kelvin. Thank you, Coach. Thank you to all the organizers, pihak urus setia semua. Thank you.
So I will practice my Malay now, and terima kasih, everyone.
Well done.
So, let me see your handsome and pretty face.
Kelvin, just to share, I know that some of them, they privately messaged me about the website for my book. I think some wanted to know, is it okay that I share the website with you all?
Yeah, sure.
And then maybe you can just blast it to them. Because some are asking, maybe I think I was too fast or something. Some say, kenapa tak tunggu untuk kita klik? Tak boleh tunggulah, takkan I nak tunggu 10 minit kan for you all to click. Nak berikan laluan to our leadership expert, Coach, to speak after that. But maybe Kelvin and also Istahil, I could send you the link. It's potentialmatrix.com. It's simple. And then maybe you could just share it with them for those that are interested. Okay?
Okay. Sure.
Excellent. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Okay, go ahead.
So, in the count of 3, I will take a photo. So, 3, 2, 1. Please put on your sweetest smiling face. And again, 3, 2, 1. All right, so thank you everybody. And once again, A big thank you to our renowned speakers for sharing all the useful words to all of us today. And we would also like to thank our facilitator, Mr. Samsuyang, for helping us to make this webinar possible. A big thank you to Mr. Zai once again for being here today. But he just quit because he got another meeting, but it's okay. Last but definitely not the least, we would like to thank all the participants today for actively taking part in today's webinars. With this, we would like to officially end the webinars today. And we would like to apologize if anything we might have said or done might have offended anybody unintentionally, especially just now the hacking things. So I'm very sorry about it. And now we would like to also remind and request the participants to please fill in the feedback form so that we may know where and how we should improve next time. With that, I want to say my final thank you to everyone, especially to our speakers, and may everyone have a great weekend and a week ahead. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you,
All
Mr.
right.
Dee Han and Mr. Michael.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good weekend. Stay safe, yeah?
Yep, same here, same here. Same to you, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you, Dee Han. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
It's the hill. Bye, Calvin.
Yeah, bye, Coach Dee Han.
Bye, Coach Dee Han.
Nice to
Thank
meet you
for
again.
joining us.
You're welcome.